Salveta. We continue today with really two little chunks put together to make a section for us. Lines 148 through 151 and lines 169 through 171 of Samuel Clarke's Latin translation of Homer's Greek epic poem, the Iliad. And when we left off last time, you may recall that Agamemnon was saying to Achilles, you seriously expect me to give up my girl and nobody give me anything in replacement? In fact, I'll just take, well, maybe yours, or Ajax's, or Ulysses' spoils of war. And after some more back and forth, it was really, tensions were building. And then we pick it up here in line 148. Hunc autem torve intuitus allocutus est pedibus velox Achilles. Swift Achilles, however, and velox is the epithet, just like tricky, very often for Odysseus. Swift, or particularly here, pedibus velox, swift in foot, or swift-footed. Achilles, however, having intuitus hunc torve, having looked at him sternly or menacingly, allocutus est, addressed him. Heu, alas, impudentia indute, lucri studiose, you having been clothed in impudence. In other words, you are just rude and arrogant combined. That's really what impudence is. It's rudeness and arrogance combined. He says, you're just clothed in dutus, in impudence. And he says, you are lucri studiose. He says, you're always, this is where we get the word studious, right? You're always looking for a way to get some kind of money, basically, is what it is. He says, you're always looking for an angle to get rewarded yourself. You are you are eager of gain. He says, quo modo aliquis tibi promptus mandatis obsequatur inter archivos. He says, how is anyone, aliquis, among the archivos, among the Greeks, having been prompted or urged on, how is anybody, he says, going to obsequatur mandatis tibi, going to follow your commands? Vel ut expeditionem aliquam faciat, vel adversus viros fortiter pugnet. And you see the word well in that next line twice. When you have that like that, it means either or. He says, how is anybody going to follow you? Either or, whether or. He says, whether it's to make some expeditionem, to make some trip, or to fortiter pugnet, to fight bravely, adversus viros, against men. So you're going to treat your soldiers this way. You're going to ask one of them to give up their rightfully won war prize. How's anybody going to follow you after that? Right? It doesn't matter if you ask them to go on an expedition. It doesn't matter if you ask them to go fight somebody. They're not going to do it. Nunc iteque abeo in Phthiam, he says. Now, therefore, I am going away to Phthia. Phthia, which is where the place in Greece where Achilles was from. He says, forget you now at this point. I'm going away to Phthia. Quonia multo melius est, domum ire cum navibus rostratis. He says, since it is much better, and just taking a quick note there, melius is a comparative adverb. It's one of those irregulars, talked about those a long time ago. It's the comparative adverb from bene, coming from bonus. The IUS makes it comparative. And multo is the ablative of degree of difference there. Literally, it's better by much. So in other words, it's much better, he says. To ire domum, to go home, cum navibus rostratis, with the curved beak ships. The ships often have those prows that were curved, kind of like a bird's beak. And he says, it's better just to go home on our ships. Neque te puto, hic in honoratus cum sim, divitias et opes collectorum. He says, and I do not think that that you, and then he kind of interrupts himself, hic in honoratus cum sim, since I am dishonored here, He says, I do not think that you will collectorum, and it's implied esse. We've got an indirect statement here. Puto is our mental faculty verb, te is the accusative subject, and collectorum esse is the future infinitive. He says, I do not think that you will collect or will get any duitios et alpes, any riches and plunder, since I am dishonored here. Basically, without me, when I sail home, because of your behavior, you're going to come to regret it because you're not going to get any of your precious wealth or spoils of war. So let's go back over that one more time. It says, swift-footed Achilles, or swift in foot Achilles, however, having looked at him harshly or menacingly, addressed him. Alas, you having been clothed in impudence, you who are eager for gain, how will any among the Greeks, having been prompted or ordered, follow your commands, whether to make some journey or to fight bravely against men? Now, therefore, I am going to Phthia, since it is much better to go home with the curved beak ships. I do not think that you, since I am dishonored here, will collect or will get any wealth and spoils. Now we'll see where it goes from here next time. Waleta.